everybody. Welcome to today's live with Meet This Business Owner. You're gonna meet Angelique from Financial Ish, and they should be here in a second. But until then, let's be sure. Alright. Let go. First one up. 3, 2, 1.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
How goes it?
I good. Wait, let me adjust this thing a little bit
But
because I'm a little bit higher up than normal.
I kind of got to do the same. All right, we good to go.
How are thou? How are you doing?
Bye. Look me here chilling. How goes it? Who you charged this week so far?
Ooh, I charge a couple of people now, and I was feeling good.
That's what I want to hear.
Feeling good.
That's all I want to hear.
You get in charge. You get in charge.
Tell her already. Everybody in the mother get in charge.
Yeah. Hey, but check me out now. We clean up and things.
But hey, I mean, I trying to be presentable. You know, small thing.
What? Angelique is also coming in now.
Yes.
Wait, I think I need to shrink a little bit.
Bring in the young lady. Oh, there is the young lady.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Good, boy. The sun's shining, so you know.
Hey, you make a very valid point there.
How y'all doing?
Why we good, man?
I good. You know, I've been ready. I was there
Right?
and thing.
I was getting hype all day, you know, drinking my tea. I got my lit cup. Let me advertise you.
We got Remington. Hey.
So I'm excited to be here.
Nice.
Thank you for coming.
You know what I always love to see?
Tell me.
Yes.
You're
here.
I was gonna say it, but I was gonna leave somebody else do it.
Yeah, this is like a, I don't know what to call it, like a protest in a sense.
So what you
protesting not having, like, how you say, being a part of the norm of, especially in corporate finance, you know, everybody with the straight hair and this particular kind of office look. And for me, I always trying to like stray away from the norm. So this is just my little cool way of being myself.
You see, I feel like you're a little bit reckless. I feel that.
Right? It's my for me, you know, it's my work that I represent for me and not how I look. So
exactly.
True this. So Angelique, we got like, wait, let me get my timer over here, right? We got like about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna get straight into it. We want to get all the juicy stuff.
We
want to know who Angelique is. We already see the hair, and I was like, girl. Tell them.
Well, this is just one part. So let me see what I could start with. Just start about me, my professional life, and then go down to the personal part of it.
Yep.
So professionally, I wear multiple hats. So I studied hospitality, and then I worked through different areas in hospitality for a couple of years until I decided it's a little too slavey for me. So I needed to. I wasn't satisfied. To me, it was too labor intensive on my body, and I really like to push myself to my limits. So then I moved on to do my bachelor's in finance, which was my second passion. After that, I worked in different capacities, different industries. So my finance expertise, basically, I worked as an accountant, I worked as an auditor, I worked as a controller, I worked as a financial analyst. And at the moment, I am basically the finance manager for the manufacturing plant for Cargill in Amsterdam.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
What?
I don't even know where to start. Go V.
So basically, you just went and be like, okay, this ain't working for me. Let's hop on over to something else.
Exactly.
Let's do less labor intensive. Let's get this money, honey.
Exactly. So with that, I started my own business 2 years ago. So I actually work on an interim basis for these corporations because I realized as well too, they pay interim people a lot more for the same work. And so I was like, I really don't care about how you say, the stability. This, I call it a false sense of stability. And I also like moving around and learning different things from different companies. So that's my reason for, working on an interim basis.
This is true. Hey,
Okay.
listen, I
That's good
feel
to know.
like, yeah, go ahead, Sean.
No. I was gonna say that in general, that's good to know. I didn't even know that was the cases how these companies move
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And that's why when I started freelancing a couple of years back as well myself, I was like, this thing is like, hmm.
Yep.
I mean, there is a sense of like you need to go behind your own money.
Yeah.
That is definitely it. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just lay back and just be
No.
like, oh yeah, this we be chilling. No. But when you are working, honey, I
Yeah.
was making 2-3 times the amount that I was making like
What
on a regular
are
basis
are you
in
gonna make me
less
want to
hours.
say quit my 9 to 5?
No, I didn't say so. I didn't say. Listen, you have to be ready for this ish, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have to be financially ready for this ish, and that's where Angelique come in. That's where Angelique
Right?
come in.
Right. You need
Okay, so
somebody like me.
I got a quick question because I always curious with people who going into finance. What interests you in it, or what made you say that, all right, cool, this is what I'm going to do?
For me, I always was fascinated with money. I
Okay.
come to understand why now with putting up financial issue and all of that, but I always like to understand how things work. And from high school, I always loved economics. I always loved accounting as well as loving hospitality. So, um,
Okay.
yeah. So for me, it's really about like just understanding the different dynamics that make up finance. Why money is important, where it comes from, how to get it, how to keep it.
That part.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
part.
exactly. But what I realized when I was studying is that, okay, we be actually getting educated on corporate finance rather than personal finance. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where the difference coming for me, that I start to open up my eyes a bit more. Like, okay, how are we going to navigate this thing and really try to go more. So I actually shift myself and try to understand now from a personal standpoint of finance, how that really works.
Okay. So let's take things back a little bit, right? Because you hit a nail on the head right there. Because I feel like if I have to give my money story, it was a bit conflicting. On the one hand, I had a grandmother from Jump who was a super entrepreneurial, owned multiple businesses, which inspired me as well to do the same. And then on the other hand, I had my dad who didn't work for nobody, never. On the other hand, I had my mother who was like, no, get a job. Okay. Money don't grow on trees. Okay.
Yeah.
um, and if you can't be flaunting too much money. You can't be like money is the devil kind of thing, like
That is the
you
day.
have it, you gotta give it away. You got like what was your what was your money story growing up?
My money story actually, like I come from a very, I would say, middle class family, to call it the least. So I never really grew up around like money issues per se. My grandfather was super super savvy. He was a big time saver. Everything he paid with cash, and I noticed that my family more or less did the same thing. They don't really have like say like loans and all kind of crazy stuff. But where my money story started is when I actually came here to study. Because of being cradled, and I think that's one of the things that I have posted my first one of my first posts, being cradled, and my parents literally spoon feed everything. So whenever I would run up my credit card or buy a bunch of shoes, because that is still, well, that's still my thing, but I got control on it now. I would constantly be saved until the point of when I was finished with school, and then my mom was like, okay, now you're on your own. So I was like, oh, how you mean I am my own? Like, what are you talking about? I was studying
How
all these years of being here and I had help. So when I actually
Exactly.
went and tallied up all my little recklessness, that's when the nail, everything was like, you gotta start, you gotta do something about that. And that was basically, I think, 5 years ago. Yep.
Wow, five
Yeah.
years ago.
5 years ago.
Okay, so then let me ask this then, because I myself been in a similar situation. Do you think you would have how to say it, you would have grasped the same knowledge that you do now back then, or you had to go through that process in order to really appreciate what it is now?
I think you have to go through. For me, I had to go through the process because that's how I learned. I learned by
Yep.
doing. Somebody could have
Yep.
come and tell me, hey, you could have saved this, but I'll do this, I'll do that. But if I already had it, that's why I realize now with people as well too. Like, if you feel like you don't need the help and you don't see that you have a problem, of course, you're not gonna do anything about it. So
Yep.
for me, that's where it really is like key.
Yo, for real. I mean, I've been like my another aunt of mine, she taught me how to save from like young, right? So I've always been a saver in that sense. But then life hits after you graduate. And that
After
is
life
like
hits
different
while you're in school.
hyper situation. Sorry, dear Sean?
No, I was saying life hits while you're in school. You talking about graduating?
Well, this is true, but I mean, like the saving type, I like
Yeah.
handle my age pretty good. You have your duo coming in, you chilling, we good, vacation, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, we good, we good. You get a little spoiled here and there from the parental still. And then I graduated when the first financial crisis hit. So that was like, at first, you get taught at home, me then, it's like, get an education, get your money, honey. But then after I graduated and I was like, what we saying though? Cause this ain't playing out how it's supposed to play out. So what tips do you have for graduates in particular? Like just graduating, coming up, young professionals.
Especially those ones coming from the islands, both St. Martin, Statia, Aruba,
Yes.
Curacao, all of them. The ones that fresh.
I would say you really have to start from the jump. Like for me, if I could do things differently, I would have started, for instance, saving hard or even investing, because when I first came here, for instance, Bitcoin had just come out and we had Bitcoin and we bought pizza with it. If we hadn't known how Bitcoin would have been now,
Lord,
or
y'all
even
was
had
one of
that
those?
financial education, you understand me?
Woo.
Bro, I probably would have been sitting on some bank right about now.
Some,
Listen.
Yeah.
I ain't want to rub it in, but hold it.
Yeah. So my tips for people, young professionals and people just coming up here is to start. Find the information. People like me exist. I mean, you could come to me, you could go to somebody else, wherever the case is.
Hey, none of that. We're going to
I just be honest here, I ain't for everybody.
No, we being honest. Yeah, we being honest here. We ain't going to nobody else. What's this?
Okay, fine. Come to me. Right?
Exactly.
I will
There we
help.
go.
Yes. Okay. So basically it's getting the right information. Is somebody who not going to just give you a plan or give you any kind of information just for giving information's sake. Because we have a lot of I ain't too like hating on nobody, but I notice they have a lot of fake consultants going around and like telling people to, hey, invest, do this, put your money here and whatnot, and then people end up getting ripped off. And Ponzi schemes is something very real that people need to be aware of. So I would say really like get the information, understand too for yourself like where you want to be in life, create a plan. You're graduating, for instance, in 4 years' time with whatever study you're doing, start to look at the market, start to look at the type of job that you're interested in. See maybe what a salary indication is. You can find all these things on LinkedIn. Yeah, and just basically look around and prepare yourself for when you finish work that you at least have. Some people, bad lucky, I just call it, and say that you maybe need 4 to 5 months before you find a job. And that's where the stress does come in financially, because then you just come off a duo. Maybe a part-time job mightn't be nowhere in your sight, basically. So you just have to be just prepare yourself as much as possible, that you give yourself that breathing space to also choose the right job, because that's the thing. Because when you're desperate as well, you just go and choose any job, and that's where they just kind of I notice in the market they just play with students a lot and underpay them and undervalue them.
If I can, especially when you're younger and they're like and especially now that is I would call it an employer's market on the job market. a lot of people been laid off during the pandemic and so forth. So now everybody like, I need a job, like ASAP. So then they be like, but you have experience in this field? No. Oh, but you have experience in that field. No. In this field. This time they're going to take you on and then still get the experience that you had from another branch and then use it for their branch. Exactly. But I'm like, you still underpaying people though? Like,
exactly.
What's going on? What's going on? It's horrible.
For me, it's just knowing how it works. I don't play with them right about now. I just be honest and be like, okay, what's the salary indication? I myself just go and look up the range of what it could be, so that you have a good you have a good basis to start from, that you can negotiate better for yourself too. And what I always tell people is what they need to understand is this: if a company don't have employees, they cannot function. They will not make any money. So you are as important as the company is important to you for your paycheck per month. So you need to look at yourself like you some kind of business too. I sell in my services. I went to school. I get all this knowledge. So I deserve this type of, for instance, whatever type of pay you think you deserve, and you negotiate down. You could even start high, and if you say, okay, well, no, that little too high, they're gonna bring it down to exactly the bucket where you want it to be, or where they, already had it indicated to be. So just knowing the tricks, basically, what it is playing. These recruiters, they ain't slick.
I know, right? It's really, you know what I learned about finances too. We were talking earlier, and I decided to get hype. I haven't always been as into money as I am now, in a sense of like you said, knowing how it works. When you start to learn how money works, then it's like, okay, let's start thinking and doing differently. And I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do in the meantime. Listen, I hating on nobody for doing what they gotta do. You understand? But yeah, this is why I'm like, listen, I super hyped about this, in the sense of that what I love, for y'all who don't know Angelique yet, you should, oh, by the way, follow her page when you financially.
Yes, follow the page.
Listen, if she be dropping some gems, I'm like, girl, you talking to me. But what I love about you is the fact that you also know our Caribbean background is in particular. So in that sense, that's why you can then have a better idea. I mean, everybody in the same cookie cutter, right? And you give personalized advice. But I find that talking to several different financial people compared to talking to you, you get it. You get it. You get the background. You get the baggage, what comes with the whole, like, oh my goodness. So what do you think is, I see that as your distinction factor. What is your distinction factor to you then?
I would say my distinctive factor is me being real. And that's something I feel is rather important when it comes to talking about money. Creating a safe space as well.
Yeah.
Because I could understand, it's like you say, coming from a Caribbean background, talking about money is so uncomfortable for a lot of people, even to just say, hey, I'm in debt, I need help, or hey, same thing we're talking about, I'm going to a new job. What do you think I should ask for a salary? Talking to your friend about how much you does make. Talking about your history and what your parents instill in you about money, if your money mindset actually makes sense, I notice a lot of people just be suffering in silence because of pride. And that's something that I want to, normalize. Like, it's okay to talk about money, because money is, to be honest with y'all, money don't got no value. We humans create the value that money has.
That's it.
This is true.
That's it.
Right? So for me, it's really about, like, just doing away with all the nonsense. Let's get down to the bottom of it. What you want to actually accomplish for your life, Who are you? When it comes to money, who are you in general? What you want to accomplish. So you really have to, I don't know, for me, I like to go down to the core and understand things. How has your childhood influenced your money mindset, for instance? Who are you as an adult, for instance, So that's basically my distinction, I would say, is just really taking a holistic approach when it comes to people and their personal finances. That I am I call myself like a personal a fitness trainer, but then for finance. So
for
you come to me,
exactly,
right?
I
That
like
was
that.
Can I help you out?
definitely that whole thing. Listen, we had a we had a house doctor, interior doctor. Now we have a financial doctor.
A wallet
Listen,
doctor.
all of these doctors just showing up here, just killing the game. So, as in, like, who do you think can actually come to you? Because it's like, okay, if I say, ah, listen, Angie, I in debt, help, SOS. Am I the person to go to you?
I would say anybody. You don't have to have a financial crisis to come for help, and that's what I want to highlight to people as well. You don't need to wait until we can't swear here, but anyway, you can't wait until the ish hit the fan to take a step. Sometimes too, you don't need, for instance, you in debt or something, but you can get some help with looking at your finances of where you could be more efficient. Some things you're overlooking, for instance, you might be paying your things on time, but maybe your interest rate is a bit too high. So, stuff like that. I would say, all in all, if you could talk about people, I would say students, for instance, those are the ones, they're dear to my heart because of, I know where I was when I was a student. So I really, 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 that was actually the one of the first things when I was putting financial issues together, talking to my coach, I was like, yeah, I need to help these students because they need to have a good start at life. And usually when when you come here at 17, 18, your parents ain't teaching you nothing about money. And then you have to learn all these things. You got to take care of yourself. You got to go to school. You got to pay your bills. You never had to do none of that before. So
Yeah.
students, number one. And then two, I would say young professionals. Because, of course, we still have a long time frame before retirement that you can do something about it.
And
So,
that retirement creeping up every year, it creeping up some more. So
mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
like, I
All
wonder
right.
if we will even have like a retirement age. They're gonna be like, yo, you know what? This whole health
17, you could walk.
system is helping us to be healthy for longer. So walk until you're dead.
Yep.
Yeah, but actually that whole retirement age have nothing to do with you being able to work. It have everything to do with how these pension funds spending the money.
Ah, good point as well. Yo, I got so many questions and we got so little time. All right. I'm gonna try to mend two questions into one. You previously talked about especially how you wanted to help the students and whatnot, and you also talked about crypto. Now, my question is, when it comes to the students coming up here for the first time, would you more recommend for them to start saving or start investing? Because there's obviously a big difference between the two. Or maybe you could go into that difference as well quickly.
I would say in order to invest, you have to save because
Touche.
when the market, some people need to understand the risk factors as well. If the market dip like now, this month in September is usually the month when the stock market does be horrible. But I call that sale, so that's when you buy. You need to have a savings build up first and then invest. I call it your emergency fund because sometimes so you take you take your money and invest it, and then when you really need it and the market down, then you're gonna go and you're gonna sell, for instance, your crypto, your stock, and then you're gonna lose. So if you have an emergency fund, you can leave your money sit in the market basically. So both.
Okay. I didn't expect that. You catch me with that one.
Especially that emergency funds are so important. That saved my behind like a couple of times over because you don't see stuff coming. And
Nope.
even though I find that I plan pretty well for the unplannable had stretched more than I had intended to. So now it's like, yeah, that emergency fund, that right there for me was like,
Yep. But you always have unexpected expenses, and I think people don't take that into consideration too much, and that's what they should do because, for instance, your teeth all of a sudden could start hurting out of nowhere. Your kneecap, giving you problems. You understand?
Your back, your eyes, your shoulder,
Something,
your chest, your toe,
your
everything.
fridge break down, your TV mash up, a lot of and things. Life is unpredictable, so I don't believe in over planning, but I believe in still having somewhat of a plan that you don't get into a financial crisis just like that, because that could lead to stress, that could lead to anxiety, that could lead to all different kind of things, and then that adds now on top of what you're already dealing with. So for me, health is wealth as well. So when you plan, you have to take that into consideration.
health is wealth. Yo, listen, financial stress stress, just stress. Finances can give you so much stress now.
Yep.
Let's say you feel some heart palpitations, anxiety attacks popping up, or you just there like in bed, can't sleep at night.
Yep.
Talking from experience, by the way. Hey, talking from experience. So make sure you get your financial ish. Talk to your girl Angie.
Yes.
My girl, now your girl. By the way, we didn't do the official. Which team you repping, Angie? Which team?
You already know. You already know.
You know, I gotta let you have your points while you can, you know, because you ain't gonna come no more after this. So I'll leave you have your way for now.
That's okay.
Sorry,
That's okay.
Sean. Sorry. I like the way.
Don't worry. Don't you have to be sorry. It's all good.
Next time, maybe.
No. Hey. You say you'll be straight up. Don't lie to me.
No,
but either way, before we think, I also want to know, just in general, what made you decide to come on board with the campaign?
Because V1 says don't let me sleep with whatever she's doing, but also for the mere fact of I am for anything that is empowering to people. So for me, I was like, you know, this would be a good. Also, just the how you say it, the background of the campaign where you are going to do with the proceeds and stuff like that, all about donating. So that's my reason.
And we thank you very much.
Yeah,
we really do. We really do
listen,
appreciate it.
I feel like we need to put ourselves on. We're talking about getting seats at the table, getting that money, honey. But I feel like there are so many freaking awesome people within our Caribbean community. I don't go by this whole, yes, there are crabs in a bucket, but I feel like now there are so many of us who are beyond that. That why not collaborate? Why not work? Like it had this quote that said, real women, but I just put people, then confident people don't compete, they collaborate.
Exactly.
Because you see the strength in it, and if I know what I have to offer and you know what you have to offer, we ain't got to feel any less than. It's like, honey, come over here. Let's see what we could do together.
There's more than enough space. There's more than enough space at the table for everybody to eat. And people failing to realize the more we could do more together than we can apart. So, Lord, a quick comment, Celeste. You come a little late. We was just getting into we went into the students and everything already. Play back this video, share the video for the students, because we get some good tips already.
And honestly, let's see, get a burnout working multiple jobs because you're stressing about money. Listen. Listen, we come from a space where they say like, oh, you know, black people lazy, this, that. I was like, where in history has that been proven?
Black people only lazy when we don't do what they want us to do.
This is true. Because we've been working.
That was a bar.
We've been working.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, is like, I grew up with so many people having so many different jobs, and I'm like, that is what also sparked in me seeing examples around me, how it's like, okay, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. This is some more of what I want. I want to take all the pieces of the puzzle and put it together. And to be honest, freedom is one of my biggest core values, and finances is a huge part of it. So that's why I like chopping it up with Angie, because she, like you said, she real.
No, but it's great,
she
because
dropped the gems like it's just falling off her coat. Like,
but even somebody like me, I did not know. So, don't mean to take this no way, but I did not know Angie existed. So instead of me going to Peter Van Vries for my accounting information, I could just go by Angie. Why I must go by somebody else where I got one of my own doing the same thing, if not even better?
Yeah. But and the thing is, you know, I know that have to do with me, because I'm not a person that is all over the place. I'm not about the rah-rah. You understand? I come to me, we're gonna have these good conversations, but my reason for starting Financial Ish is to really like do something with my knowledge, because working corporate for me, it has no value per se. I tired of helping these organizations make money. For instance, if they can't find 10,000 euros, it's like, oh, they're going crazy, but this is a €1 billion company, for instance. I was like, I can help a lot more people by starting financial-ish than by working corporate. Because for me, I feel like every day that I'm not ungrateful or anything, but by me going work every day, I feel like a sense of like I doing myself an injustice. For me, it's like I am on a mission. And my mission is to help as much, and I'm going to say people of color as possible to get their financial literacy to a level on like what these white people just do basically, and just bluntly say it like that. Because we don't have it, and somebody have to do it. I tired of sitting back and seeing everybody complaining, girl, I stress. Oh God, I don't know what to do this. I want to change a job. I don't know what to do. I hate this job. Like, no. I am here, and I'm experiencing it, just putting everything together and just putting it out there. Like, come to me, sis, I help you. I don't keep it real. I don't beat around the bush. And whenever I do something, it's from the core of my heart that I'm helping you. So that's basically it.
Listen, this.
I wish we had more time.
All I see in the comments is amen. Yes.
Yeah. I really wish we had more time. I myself got a whole lot of questions, especially with the students and living up here and the whole differences where culture and stuff is concerned. But Angelique, people know where to find you, how to get in touch with you, where to reach you, all of that.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at financials.ish. My website launching on the 1st of October, but I'll pull some props to look out for that. Also on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. You could just hit me up, add me. I'm cool with that. And if you want, you can always send me a message via the page and we can get the chat in.
I have another something I'm going to reach out to you for, Angie. This was good. I got contact you because I want to put something together for the students self.
Okay.
Like a we got hablar. We got hablar.
Yep. Cool. I don't. Because whatever it is, I don't tell you that from now. So let's.
All right. We gonna talk.
Okay.
And cool. what I wanted to highlight too as well is the fact that you do have a 30-minute, according to me, pre-audit file. Yes. Angie has, listen, it don't get any more accessible than this. You looking at a financial planner, a financial strategist, financial mindset strategist here right in front of you today. You can't say you didn't know because she right here.
Yep.
You could talk to her for 30 minutes. And in that 30, you already see how much gems she dropped within these 30 minutes. And we was just talking a whole bunch of other stuff.
A whole bunch of general.
Imagine you in a conversation just one-on-one with Angie. Imagine where you already get to in 30 minutes.
Yep. So hit your girl up. You could go schedule it. It's every Friday. Choose a time slot.
You gonna hear from me.
All right.
This is personal. You gonna hear from me a lot this week.
You see, this is what I love to see. This is what I feel like one of my things is just connecting the right people. And within our community, that is what this campaign is all about. You can't choose for what you don't know exists. And Angie is one of these people I wish I could share with more people, and that's what I'm busy doing now. I'm like, listen, this is you need to know Angie, okay? This ain't even a joke.
It gonna happen, don't worry.
It's already happening now. And I see stuff here like let's say saying do or debt. Yes. Listen, I feel like we could come up with some that could get more into like personal financing.
Oh, trust me, I got that.
We gonna do something. we gonna do something. Because I feel like we need to have a conversation because I hear you drop something there, Sean, but we gonna chat after.
Right. I mean, thank you all again for providing this platform. I really appreciate it. And to everyone that tuned in, thank you as well. Hope to hear from some of y'all. Don't be afraid. I don't bite. Well, not that hard, but I don't bite. But check me anyway.
She gotta slap you into getting you together, whatever it takes, right?
I wasn't expecting that.
Some cheeks need to get slapped. But anyhow,
you mean
let me stop. Let me stop. Anyways,
I'm done.
Y'all, it was good. thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing our sponsors some love.
Definitely.
Go over to Angie's page, follow her. Listen, follow her, and you're going to have that 30-minute conversation within at least like a month, like max. But make sure that you follow her. Get the t-shirts. In particular, this one. I mean, you could choose Sean on too, right?
I mean, hey, we all know
But,
black
you know,
is
I'm
better.
biased.
What Angie was saying before, we gotta get the black people together.
So,
I'm just saying.
listen, any one of the t-shirts you buy, get one of them. Support how you could support for free as well too. Like this, comment on it, share with everybody, because this financial ish, we need to get our financial ish together as a community to start making like big man moves, okay? Or big woman moves.
Yep.
Okay.
Big people move.
Big people moves. So yeah, support that way. Make sure you save it so you could go back and listen to it again and be like, okay, the first time around you missed this because we was laughing too much. Okay, cool. Go back and listen to it again and again and again. Okay. But anyways, thank you all for being here, and I see that the animal is really, really great surrounding this, and we're gonna be doing. We
got things in the
works.
works.
Nothing we ain't gonna keep too, right? So just stay in the loop.
Yep.
Stay in the
Exactly.
loop.
Okay. All right. Have a good week. Have a good week, y'all, and see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bless.
Bye.